Hello, everyone. This is Relic Jones here, and if you know anything about me, you should know I like Pokemon. Like, a lot. Like, I abridged Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red, if you remember that.
Don't do it, Gladys!
Yeah, I'm no slouch when it comes to knowing Pokemon. But, there's something I need to tell you. Pokemon's got stale. Someone opened that bag of chips and let it sit there for like a while. And every time that it keeps trying something new, I can't help but to notice the only thing motivating them to do anything new is because Yokai Watch did it already. Yes, folks, let's talk about how Yokai Watch and Pokemon aren't copycats, but are at least good for each other. Okay, might sound weird. I also do like Yokai Watch. My son watches it, plays the games, collects the merch, which apparently did not do very good in the US, but collected the merch at one time. But Pokemon, ever since X and Y, since about 2013, Pokemon has been competing with Yokai Watch. All the greatest developments ever since X and Y to now Sun and Moon and beyond has been nothing but pushed. Pokemon's finally got pushed out of their comfort zone to compete with something. Let's just look at the comparison, shall we? Yokai Watch comes out in December of 2012 as a manga, according to the wiki. And then eventually Level 5 develops it into a video game in 2013. So they get the Yokai Watch. It's this merch that everyone in Japan, it's sold out. It's pretty crazy in Japan. The US did not catch on with it. But then what does Pokemon do? They get the Mega Bracelet, the Mega Bandle. They get their own watch comparison. So Megas and the Mega Watch is because they're competing with Yokai Watch. Like the Bracelet, it's because they wanted that merch similar to how Yokai Watch was taking over the market by storm. I mean, when movies like The Terminator and Ghostbusters came over in Japan, they needed to have a crossover. For crying out loud, Final Fantasy has a crossover with Yokai Watch. So this competition has been good for getting Pokemon to get pushed, but Yokai Watch is kind of still sitting there in the background waiting to overtake them. I don't think they will, but I'd like the competition. We haven't seen Pokemon good since they had competition with like Digimon back in the day. Competition is a good thing. Other comparisons. Now we're going more into the Sun and Moon era. Other comparisons? Well, I mean, Litten is a red cat and a red fire cat, mind you. Jibanyan's already a red fire cat, Nekomata, if you will. So I find that absolutely amusing that that's a starter. Well, in Yokai Watch, they also got special moves, finisher moves called Soultimates. And then Pokemon gets Z moves. The comparisons keep going on. Well, Whisper is a ghost that has a little encyclopedia of all yokai. The Pokedex gets a Rotom, a ghost Pokemon. They keep copying and copying. It's so funny. And then even when it comes to uh, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee and the Let's Go franchise in total, they instead of capturing focused on befriending Pokemon with berries to be able to put them in the Pokeball. Just like how in Yokai Watch you have to befriend yokai by feeding them their favorite food. I mean, the comparisons are uncanny. How many different times Pokemon has been pushed, their formula has been pushed back and back and back to compete. And I think we've all benefited from it. Z moves and the Rotom decks, uh, especially maybe in the show. I mean, bringing Dexter back as talking. Megas, we all love Megas. So if my theory is correct here, that Pokemon has been pushed by Yokai Watch to develop their formula more and more, I have two theories here about what the next Pokemon, Gen 8, can really have to change. Because we can look at Yokai Watch 4 coming out this spring. It's going to beat Pokemon by coming out by date. if you will. So we're going to have a first look at it. If Pokemon's still competing, there's two things it can do. It can get a more mature look to the art, better graphics, and I mean more mature as in themes and gameplay. Or it can go real-time battles, because that's exactly what Yokai Watch 4 is doing. You can go and look at the trailer for you. I'll put a link in the description about the trailer for Yokai Watch 4. It's more realistic graphics, more graphic themes. I mean, it talks about death in Yokai Watch a lot. And it skipped turn-based battles and went to real time. Wouldn't it be wonderful? That's two things that all Pokemon fans have been really wanting. And if really Pokemon still sees Yokai Watch as a threat, they'll eventually adopt those concepts. At least in game theory. Actually, it's more like marketing theory, because money talks. This was just Relic Jones for a little discussion video on both Pokemon and Yokai Watch. If you like these discussion videos, if you like any of my content, please comment down below, like, and subscribe. And see you in the next video. See ya.